My name is Miss Dee Dee Davis, and I'm the Adult Services Librarian here at the Vista Grande Library. And today we're doing another supplementary video for the Literati Adult Book Club. We ended up talking about Klara in the Sun. And, how do I describe this book? It's a science fiction or speculative fiction, but in a very, very loose sense, very near future. Very near future. Some are saying like 10, 20 years in the future, potentially about artificial intelligence or artificial friend in this case. And the AIs or the androids, if you will, they are only for like teenagers or children and to help with loneliness and sociability. And more like a caretaker. Some people treat them like objects. Some people treat them like people. Sure, some people treat them like people. And this particular case, it was a really, really good discussion. We had some new people show up today. So, hi, new people. We had some new people show up today, and it was a really good discussion. One of the questions that we had was the main character, well, not the narrator, but one of the main protagonists is Josie, and she's about a 14-year-old girl, and she's sick. And so people ask throughout the book, what is her illness? What is she sick with? Because it's never really defined. And so that was one of the questions that I had, was to speculate what they thought her sickness was. And one of the answers was, it doesn't matter. And so the concept was that not everything needed to be defined, that it doesn't matter what her illness is, because from the point of view of the reader and the narrator is to offer assistance. To society in general is to offer assistance. So the example that was given was, if it doesn't matter if a person has cancer or if a person broke their leg, they both deserve compassion and assistance as needed, however they define it. And so, but not to use an illness or a sickness as a way to validate worth of assistance. You're saying, oh, you're not sick enough, or you're too sick, we can't do this, or whatever the case may be. So that was something to consider. But if you like Klara in the Sun, if you read it and you liked it, there's a couple of other books I would recommend. One is Dan Brown's Origin, which is super fast-paced compared to Klara's, more leisurely, if you will. But Dan Brown's book is a fast-paced and suspenseful about AI technology, about computers, intelligent computers, super intelligent computers, and I thought it was intriguing. And the other book is based on the narration, the way the limited first-person limited narration. It was Flowers for Algernon, which is actually a young adult book, but if you haven't read it, I highly encourage it. I read it as a teen, and you may want to have your tissues handy. So this particular, his name is Charlie. Charlie is the main character in this book, and he is developmentally delayed, and from his perspective. So you'll see in the beginning it's written as he would write or see or perceive things. So it's gonna give you a feel for it. In the beginning, there's like no punctuation, and the spelling is more phonetic. And as he gets help, then things change, and his other things change as well through his trajectory. So this is a really good book. It's kind of sad too. They're all sad, but sometimes we like that, right? Okay, so that's the books. But if you're looking for DVDs or something to watch, this is Marjorie Prime. I haven't read this or haven't seen this, but it's about a hologram about a lady who has dementia, and it's she has every day she communicates, interacts with this hologram who looks like her husband, who's since passed, I believe. and when he was younger, when they originally met and stuff like that. So it talks about memory and loss and life and love and what you choose. So every day she talks to him about the life they had together. And so the program, I think the issue is programming that particular hologram, what to go over, what memories do you choose, what do you choose to not remember, why, and so on and so forth. So got really good reviews. The other one is Archive, which is very similar to Klara in some ways. And this is kind of a trope, science fiction trope. So the guy who's building the android, his wife dies, and her memories are stored in the archive, but only for a limited amount of time. And so he hasn't finished the android, but now, originally it was just going to be an android, and now it's the intent to save his wife or bring back his wife using her memories in the archive. But he's there's a sense of urgency before the archive wipes it clean, and he can install the memories into the android. Also really good reviewed. So there's that. And lastly, our next book coming up is One's a Warrior by Jake Wood, and this is a nonfiction true story for how one veteran found a new mission closer to home. So he was having like PTSD and a lot of difficulty reassimilating back onto civilian life, kind of felt rudderless, and so he kind of devised this program to put his energies and skills, more importantly, into being helpful, as I said, and to feel useful once again, to have a purpose in his life. And a lot of other people who have served also find it beneficial, his organization beneficial, and it's very physically active sort of thing. So you have to read it to find out all the details. But anyway, so this is coming up in November, and you can sign out at the Vista library for this book. We might have a wait list, but you sign up anyways, and we'll get to the book to you as soon as possible. Other than that, sayonara.